high spots and low shots. Oh, and this is going to be the easiest low shot in a while. For me, it's John Cena. Now, yes, he does keep his WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, but now not only does he have to worry about an extra man, the very capable Seth Rollins, but he has weighing on his conscience the job loss of 3 individuals who had the gumption to fight against the Authority alongside him at Survivor Series. What a crappy night for Cena.
Really?
Yeah, really.
John Cena's your low shot.
John Cena's my low shot, yeah.
Okay, well then I guess I have to pick up the slack.
Oh my God.
My low shot is Team Cena, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and Eric Rowan. I mean, the fact that you didn't pick a single one of them, if anything, John Cena got away scot-free tonight.
No, I'm telling you, man, he's going to have a lot to deal with because at the Rumble, again, having to deal with an extra man, and then, we know that these guys...
Are you really telling me that you made John Cena your low shot based on the fact that he has odds to overcome?
And the fact that he's got 3 lost jobs from guys that, trusted him on his contract. He's got to be feeling like
he still has his job. Who cares?
Well, I'll tell you what, because you even said earlier that we don't take firing seriously. I mean, what's the point even giving these guys a load? And we know they're going to come back. To me, they're probably going to come back with a vengeance against John Cena. So to me, long term, Cena's got the crappier hand here. But,
well, if that's the case, then my low shot is Dolph Ziggler, because if he comes back as a heel, he would have lost a massive amount of babyface momentum.
And I do agree, and that should be a very legitimate fear for anybody who's been loving babyface Ziggler, because I could see that happening. Because even if they wanted to do Cena Ziggler on the basis of, hey, I wanted to be the man, you're in my way, you're not the man you used to be, whatever, I'm taking over, as like this courageous, hungry babyface, commentary and all the other forces that be would portray him as a heel. So a heel Dolph Ziggler in 2015, in my opinion, should be a very legitimate concern. That said, what shouldn't be a concern, my high spot in that same vein, is Seth Rollins.
Oh.
Gets WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at the Royal Rumble, despite the fact that he already holds Money in the Bank, so he has a guaranteed title opportunity already.
That's pretty huge, isn't it?
Yeah, and now he's got this one, so he could potentially, even though for the moment I don't think it's going to happen, but he could potentially be the first guy to hold the world title and the Money in the Bank simultaneously, which would just be a really weird sight. But on top of that, even though it took 2 curb stomps, Seth Rollins got the pin on Ryback tonight in a handicap match. Yep. So he had a pretty easy night at work. Team Cena's been dealt with, which he's got to be reveling in, and he's got a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. It's been a pretty good time for the Architect.
Okay, I do have a high spot, but I want to give a major honorable mention to Booker T, because to me, he was the best thing to happen on Raw commentary that wasn't a guest commentator, I'm going to say in years.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. He was really quite enjoyable tonight. I like how he seemed a bit more restrained tonight.
He was very reserved. He didn't speak out of turn. He didn't cut anyone off, but he made sense. And he got over the right people, and he said, man, that's not cool. That's not okay, to the right kind of stuff. But he didn't directly bury anything. Looking at you, JB Douche.
JB Douche.
Booker T made me smile quite a few times tonight. But my actual high spot is, well, John, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Nice.
Bad news, Barrett, the new Intercontinental Champion, and clearly in the favor of the Authority.
Yeah, Intercontinental Champion for a 5th time. And yeah, like you said.
Five time.
He actually tweeted that. And he even did the suckers after it, so that was pretty cool.
Suckers. Well, yeah, it's only fitting, too, that my honorable mention was Booker T, and now my high spot is the 5-time Intercontinental Champion Wade Bad News Barrett.
Yep, and like you said, the Authority clearly has a likability with Bad News Barrett. They've taken a shine to him, so he has their favor. And that's a lot of power to have, being a champion and then having the political forces behind you. Like I said, this could be Barrett's year finally this year. If he could stay healthy and everything else, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, in some major programs or winning Money in the Bank or just something along those lines. So I'm keeping a very close eye on BNB.
Yep.
So with that said, we go into our next segment, Raw Request. Gee, and how about you, Ashton? We'll have you go first. I'm in a little bit of trouble thinking of my Raw request. What would be your...
Well, I have no problems thinking about mine at all. Mine's the easiest Raw request I've had in months. Fire JBL.
There you go. I'll co-sign on to that. For me, I think my Raw request is do something a bit different with these firing angles, because, we know...
Yeah. And when I say fire JBL, I mean actually fire him, not say, you're fired on TV where no one takes it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we mean legitimately send him back, just
he's
steal
got
the
plenty
line
of money. He's got plenty of money, so nobody should be getting on my case. Oh, you're asking them to take away that man's life. You're asking them to take away his means, his way of living. But no, he's got a house in Bermuda. He's fine. Fire him. Get him off my TV.
I love your impersonation of the dissenting public. What even was that? But anyway, do something different with this whole firing angle with Rowan, Ryback, and Ziggler. We've seen this stuff 1,000 times.
By something different, you really just kind of mean maybe have the firings actually mean something, or elaborate.
Yeah, of course. I want them to amount to something. Honestly, let them really feel the sting. Don't have any. As much as it pains me to say, because I was really looking forward to seeing Ziggler in it, keep him out of the Rumble. Beg pardon?
Ziggler and Ryback. Rowan's cool and all, but I don't think any of us really had any major expectations for him as far as the Rumble goes. But Ziggler and Ryback, both, I could have seen them both in the Final Four. I could have bought either one of them winning, depending on who came out of Rumble as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, really let them feel the sting of this firing. Let them miss the Rumble.
But that's not going to happen.
But that's not going to happen, of course.
They might feel the sting of this firing in the sense that they aren't on SmackDown tonight or Raw or SmackDown next week, but they'll be back for Rumble.
And see that, what's the point then? Because you're only talking a few weeks. And I don't know. To me, it's just a whole
Not even 2 full weeks.
Exactly. And yeah. Just a bunch of crap to me, and I would like to see it amount to something. Hell, even if you don't want to keep him off TV for an extended time, at least have him come back feeling very resentful of Cena or something.
So, hey, John.
Do something. Yeah.
What's your line on whether or not Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback will come back at the Royal Rumble wearing paint as a representative of the Vigilante Sting?
Yeah, that's not happening. I don't think so.
It's far too cool for the WWE to actually go forward to, isn't it?
Exactly. That would have been so awesome, because Lord knows Sting, they're probably going to have him topple the Authority by himself, because if nobody within the roster can do it, we need to call upon somebody else. Sting. Yeah, I can really buy that. So, with that said, that only leaves one segment left, 30-second hot seat. Ashton, what do you got for me this week?
List the ways that you are better than JBL. You have 30 seconds. Just kidding. No, seriously, though, he's terrible.
That would have been so amazing, though.
It would have been really easy for you to do, too.
I know, right?
You could have filled up that 30 seconds and then some.
I know, right?
All right. Your actual 30-second hot seat. Well, since we just kind of established that neither one of us actually thinks that the WWE is going to allow this firing angle to really kind of take its grip and actually happen, how do you think Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback are going to manage to get their jobs back? And when do you think that is going to happen? You have 30 seconds, and your time starts now.
I could see Cena making some kind of big sacrifice. Maybe if he fails to capture the championship, he adds a stipulation like he won't be able to compete for something if it means Team Cena gets their jobs back. So they'll probably get their jobs back next week if you want the truth, and it'll be because of John Cena making some kind of personal sacrifice. So
do you think he's going to take himself out of the match, out of the title match?
No, I don't think so, because then that leaves us with Rollins versus Lesnar, and
that's kind of a mismatch, but it is a win-win for the Authority.
Indeed it is. But Cena, I don't know. I don't know what he would personally sacrifice or what he would stick his neck out for, but Cena's going to be the one to get them their jobs back. I actually wish they would go rogue, Sting face paint or not, and just show up and just tear things apart from the outside. But
could you imagine Dolph Ziggler showing up in 1991 Surfer Sting face paint?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That'd be amazing. And Rowan doesn't even paint his face; he just paints the mask.
Yeah. And
oh my god.
what were we gonna say?
I'm just thinking, and then Ryback, I don't even know what the heck he would do.
Yeah, it could, and see, that's the shame of it. For as cliched as this kind of route is, considering the talent involved, save for Rowan, but you know what? I feel like at the start of his babyface push, I was taking a liking to him too. These guys could really all do something really cool. And instead, I guarantee it's going to be John Cena coming in on the white horse and saving the day. Like this Gallant Night or some crap. And yeah, I'm over it. Like Ryback is with the crowd and just like Ziggler is with everything else. But maybe Ziggler can finally get that job at Applebee's he's been kind of tweeting about. So, that's something.
Well, you only took about 22 seconds on that, so it's not like I have anything to say.
All right, then. Well, I guess with that said, if you have no more remarks, this has been Raw. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube. What did you think of Raw this week? Did you enjoy it? Is Cena just the absolute worst, or does the distinction still belong to Natalya? Talk to us. And, of course, take the discussion over to Pwitoff, an amazing pro wrestling group on Facebook. And we will see you.
And by the way, another heat of the night was that Eden frickin' Styles was our ring announcer tonight. She's the worst.
Yeah, Ashton is not a fan of hers at all. Personally, I have no opinion one way or the other.
Do you want to know how to do an effective Eden Styles impression?
What's that?
Pinch your nose. That's it. She's too frickin' nasally. She's awful. I don't even care if they feel like they need to let Tony Kimmel be the main ring announcer if they don't want to use Lillian. Eden Styles is not... I would prefer Byron Saxton at this point if it means getting Eden Styles away from that spot.
Wow.
I want to make it clear, I have nothing against her personally. I'm sure she's a nice person. She's Cody Rhodes' wife. I have no problems with her. But she does not have the voice for pulling that off. It is terrible.
Yeah, she's pretty par for the course. But yeah, with that said, we're going to see you guys again. I am so excited because we return to Lucha Underground.
Lucha.
Hell yeah, where we're going to war. Aztec warfare to crown the very first Lucha Underground champion.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Will Mil Muertes emerge victorious?
Nope.
Will the Phoenix rise, or will another challenger emerge to claim glory? All this and more will be answered on Lucha Underground. So be sure to tune in here for the best coverage, and until then, we will see you again.